Storytime with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, Storytime with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing Storytime with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, Storytime with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing.
Good morning and welcome to Storytime. Happy Tuesday, wherever you're joining us from. I am so glad you're here. Thank you for joining us wherever you are. East Coast, West Coast, wherever you are in the world. Welcome today. I am excited to share Storytime with you today, especially because we have such an amazing guest. As you've seen from the promos, yes, Annie Barrows is here with us. The amazing Annie Barrows. I hope you're ready. I hope you enjoy it. Please, if you have questions, do type them and we will try and read as many as we can at the end. But of course, you know, we won't be able to share every question and answer every question because of time. But hopefully someday your question gets answered. I'm glad you're here. I am loving it, seeing all the people that are in already. Welcome to Storytime. And of course, we're going to see who is with us. But remember that Annie Barrows, yes, brings you the Ivy and Bean series. And of course, we're looking at the very last one in the series, and she'll be talking a little bit more about that. This one is Ivy and Bean Get to Work. So I hope you're ready. And guess what? She is doing the reading for us today. So I get to be read to as well. I am excited. Good morning to you and welcome to Storytime. Let us see who is with us and joined us this morning. Thank you for being here, for taking your time to spend it with Storytime. Thank you. Good morning to you, Abraham, right close by in San Leandro. How are you doing today? Mulishani. And good morning to you, Terry, as well. Thank you for joining in Storytime. Always a pleasure seeing you here. Good morning, good morning. And in LBC, joining us this morning, Long Beach, California. Good morning to you, Clay, Rocco, and Grandpa June. And of course, not forgetting the sweet Chriselle. Good morning to you. Thank you for being here on Storytime. Grandpa June, great to have you back. And Rocco, I am glad that your class has aligned today and you're here with us. I hope you're ready for our very special guest. Betty Graydon in Florida, good morning to you. How are you doing today? Thank you for joining us. Welcome. Or is it good afternoon out on the East Coast? Oh, good morning to you, Madelina Iron and Tudor in San Francisco. You say we are very excited for today's event, as you should be. We have the amazing Annie Barrows in the house. I am excited too. Thank you for joining in and for sharing that with us. Good morning to you, Tudor, and good morning to you, Madelina, as well. Amanda West in Illinois joining in, of course, with amazing Sarah and Nathan. How are you doing today? And say, we're so excited for this week's book choices. Amazing, isn't it? Thank you so much for sharing that. Good morning to you. And please remember, if you have questions for our guests today, please do type them, do share them, and we'll try to answer a few of them at the end. Thank you so much for joining in. Glad you're here. David, good morning to you. Marianne and Rosemary, and of course, Shireen, good morning to you. Thank you for being here on Storytime, and I hope you're ready for today's story. Good morning to you. Good morning to you, Yamikani, all the way out in Zambia. Thank you for joining us. And Chavala Jere, thank you so much for being here on Storytime. Glad you're here. Hope this night's story for you out there is beautiful. Of course, thank you so much for joining us. Oh, and we move all the way to Nakitash, Louisiana. How are you doing today? Pamela Courtney, and of course, Braylon, Kavaya, and Chad. Always a pleasure seeing you here. This hug is for you. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am glad you're here. And you say we're on spring break. Well, enjoy it. My spring break starts next week. So I hope you enjoy yours. And I hope definitely to see you here on Storytime. More relaxed, not worrying about schoolwork. And you say it is cloudy and humid out in Louisiana. Well, thank you for that weather report as well. Thank you so much for joining in. Always a pleasure. Auntie Pam, and of course, Braylon, Kavaya, and Chad. Good morning to you. Baby Bia in Seattle, how are you doing today? And of course, Amanda Waltman, good morning to you. Thank you for being here on Storytime. Good to see you. Happy Tuesday. And you say it is sunny in Seattle today. Well, thank you so much for sharing that. Welcome to Storytime. Good morning to you in sunny Chicago. Ellen Edwards, loving it. Good morning to you. Thank you for being here. Happy Tuesday to you. Yes, indeed. Ramona, good morning to you. And you're joining in with Leon. Welcome to Storytime. Thank you for being here. Absolutely loving it. Oh my goodness. My day made. Good morning to you, Liana, and of course, Tari joining us out in Bothell, Washington. Good morning to you and welcome to Storytime. Achimwene, how are you doing all the way in Katete, Zambia? Oscar Mwanakulanga joining in with Marcus and of course, Mariah. Thank you for joining us today. I hope you're well. Thank you. Zambia won a soccer game, so I hope you're loving it. I hope you're good after that. Thank you so much for joining in. Love you, brother. Thank you for being here. And of course, this morning we also have Nicholas Welch joining us with Mandela from Mandela and Serafina in California. Well, thank you for joining in. Good morning to you, Mandela and Serafina. How are you doing today? I hope you enjoy Storytime. Your names seem new to me, so if it is your first time on Storytime, welcome. And I hope to see you on many more stories. And of course, welcome. If you're coming back, I do apologize if I've forgotten your name, but I am glad you're here today and look forward to many more story times together. Well, are you ready? This is the time that we've been waiting for. The amazing Annie Barrows is here with us, and I am super excited. I know you've read these books. I know parents out there, these books, what they mean to you and what they mean to your kids now. So please join me in welcoming the amazing, the legend herself, Annie Barrows. Welcome to Storytime.
Oh, thank you so much. It's so lovely to be here, Mr. Limata, and to see you have people from all over the world. It's beautiful. I'm so happy.
Yeah, no, absolutely, yeah.
and I know I'm so glad to see that there are people everywhere who want some stories, because basically that's all I want in the whole world is somebody to tell me a story. But today I'm going to tell you some stories. I thought that would be a nice way to start. Should we talk a little bit about Ivy and Bean?
Yes. And maybe we start from the beginning, because this, like, the end. Why the end? We'll get to that.
I know. We'll get to the end part soon enough. So I'll start with the happy beginning part. So here, friends, this is Ivy and Bean. And now, just in case you are not 100% up on your Ivy and Bean facts, I'm going to give you a little rundown. This person here is Ivy. This person over here, that's Bean. And as you can see, Ivy is the kind of kid who likes to read big books. And Bean is the kind of kid who likes to run around and yell and scream and stomp in puddles and fall out of trees. So before they met each other, Bean thought that Ivy could possibly be the most boring kid in the whole world. But you know what? That was the wrong impression, as Bean found out one day when she was having a little problem with her older sister, Nancy. She had to run away from home. And when she ran away from home, Bean discovered Ivy. They got to talking. And she discovered that Ivy was practicing to be a witch when she grew up, which was way more interesting than Bean had ever expected Ivy to be. And together, Ivy and Bean decided that the solution to all of Bean's problems with her older sister would be to cast a spell on her that would make her dance for the rest of her life. Well, if you've read the books, you know that this did not exactly turn out the way they planned, but still, There were worms and mud, and Bean's older sister totally freaked out. So it was a beautiful day. And after that day, Ivy and Bean have always been the best of friends. And now I want to show you something. I want to show you something that's really hard for me to show you because they were the best of friends for all these books. Look at all these books.
Wow.
Do you see how they're bigger than my head, Mr. Limata?
Yeah.
Head. That's a lot of books.
That's a lot of bugs.
And, you know, Ivy and Bean have had tons of fun. They have expelled a ghost from their school bathroom. They have dug up fossils. They have made a volcano out of dirt. They have solved the problem of global warming. They have learned ballet, sort of. They started their own newspaper. A lot of things have happened to them.
Right.
But now we've come to the last book. Oops, I'm going to try to get this on the camera. There we go. We've come to the last book, the 12th book.
Aww.
Yeah. It's, you know, it's time. It's time because 12 books is an awful lot, and I don't want to wear people out. You know how it is? So the last book is called, oh, here we go again. I'm trying to get on screen.
Yeah. No.
Ivy and Bean Get to Work. But,
Yeah.
Mr. Limata, I would never write a book about work. That title, only because I don't do work. This book is actually really about treasure.
Treasure. Yes.
Yeah, treasure. Yeah, which is a little bit more fun than work, I thought. So,
Yeah, no, absolutely.
so if it's cool with you, I can read a little bit from this book.
Oh, yes, please. No, that would be lovely. Well, get ready for Ivy and
Okay.
Bean. Get to work. Yes.
All right, I'm going to read you guys. Okay. This book doesn't actually exist yet. This book isn't really going to be out in the world until next week. So you guys are getting a special sneak preview. And for the last couple of months, I've been telling kids about this book. And then I say, okay, I'm going to give you a special preview. And I read the first sentence. But you guys, you're going to get the whole first chapter today. It's pretty exciting. I've never read the whole first chapter out loud before. So here we go. Whoops, there we go again. Backwards. Chapter 1. The first problem. Are you ready? Bean dropped her pencil. Then she dropped her worksheet. After that, there was nothing else to drop. It was time for math. Carlos earned $3 a week walking his grandmother's dog. Why doesn't she walk her own dog? Bean wondered. Carlos wanted a new seat for his bicycle. What happened to his old seat? Bean wondered. The seat Carlos wanted cost $14.50. For a bicycle seat? Bean thought you should get more than just a seat for $14.50. How many weeks would it take for Carlos to earn enough money to buy the bike seat? Well, heck, how should Bean know? Poor Carlos. He wasn't riding his bike without a seat, was he? Ouch! Maybe if he walked the dog more, he'd get more money. What was the matter with his grandmother? Had she broken her legs? Or was she just old? What about the dog? Was the dog old too? Did Carlos have to pick up its poop? $3 wasn't very much for that. Bean thought Carlos should get a different job. Maybe in an ice cream store. Yes, in an ice cream store. That's what Bean would do. If you work in an ice cream store, you make money, plus you get to eat ice cream. This is a picture of all the things Bean's wondering about. Okay, people, said Ms. Aruba Tate, Bean's teacher. You should be finishing up. Finishing? I'm still on the first problem, Bean yelped. Ms. Aruba Tate clapped her hands. It's time to come to the rug for a special presentation. Margalie, you are our Colorado today. Everyone but Margalie groaned. Margalie put her hands up in the air and said, I rock! There we go. Here's Margalie saying, I rock! Do you want to know why? The rug in Ms. Aruba Tate's classroom was a big problem. It had a picture of the United States on it. It was supposed to teach the kids where the states were, but the kids didn't care where the states were. The only state they cared about was Colorado because it had the Rocky Mountains in it. That meant whoever sat on Colorado got to yell, "I rock!" One day, 14 kids tried to sit on Colorado at once. After that, Ms. Aruba Tate made a "Today's Colorado Is" chart. Oh, well, even though none of the other states were as nearly as good as Colorado, it was still hard to choose the right one. Ivy and Bean squished into Michigan together. Eric wanted to be North and South Dakota. People, said Ms. Aruba Tate, sit down. Our special guest is here. Everybody twisted around, trying to see the special guest. But it was only the principal. Here's a picture of the principal. See, there's Ivy and Bean squished together on Michigan. The principal did not sit on the rug. She stood in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean and smiled. Good morning, second graders. I see that a lot of you are ready to listen. Thank you, Zuzu and Emma and Eric. Thank you for being ready to listen like second graders. Get on with it, thought Bean. Today, second graders, Emerson School is hosting a special event. Ivy and Bean exchanged glances. Taiko drumming, mouthed Ivy. Bean nodded. But they were wrong. It's a career fair, said the principal. Can anyone tell me what a career is? A job, whispered Ivy. A job, called Bean. Very good, the principal said. That's right. At today's career fair, you will meet people who have many different kinds of jobs, so you can learn all about the wonderful, interesting careers you can choose when you're grown up. Bean stopped listening. She already knew what she wanted to be when she grew up. An arborist. Arborists climbed trees. They climbed trees and cut off their dead branches with huge chainsaws. Oh, Bean could hardly wait. The principal was still talking. The PTA has spent many weeks organizing this event, and it is an important learning opportunity. So I expect you children to be polite and respectful Emerson emissaries. Does anyone have any questions? Are there rides? Asked Emma. And that's the end of the first chapter. If you want to find out what happens next and about the part that includes treasure, you're going to have to wait till next week and read the book yourself.
Oh my goodness, that was amazing. Yes, you got the teaser. You got it here, exclusive on Storytime. Thank you so much, Annie. That was amazing.
Special preview is good for you and your readers, Mr. Limata.
Yes, no, as Harmony Beth put it, like she says, that's for you. It says how exciting the sneak preview of beloved author Annie Barrows. Thank you for bringing her into the Storytime community. We love having you here. Thank you so much. And Harmony Beth is a retired teacher herself. And, I know what these books mean to her. So please, if you have any more questions for Annie and why this series is coming to an end, please.
I can tell you, honestly, I'm going to tell you guys the true reason why the series is coming to an end. I mean, it's not really that I can't pick up the books. And it's not even really that the stack is larger than my head. It's that what happened in the last two books is I would be typing along. Usually I'm typing along, I'm reading, I'm typing, I'm laughing. I think I'm so completely hilarious. So I would be typing, and then I'd think, did I already write that joke? And I would have to go and look in the other books. And I thought, well, this is really a sign that you have written enough books. So that's the true, genuine reason why, because I don't want to repeat myself, and I really don't want to tell jokes twice. Nobody wants to hear the same joke twice.
And how long has it been now from book one to
this? I started writing the first book because my daughter was 7 years old and she ran out of stuff to read. It was a long time ago. And then, but that daughter, I can't believe this, is now 24 years old.
Oh, wow.
I know. She is now 24 years old, and she is about to become a teacher herself. So that's how long I've been doing this thing. Yeah, a long, long time.
Yeah.
You know, I'm as much as I love Ivy and Bean, it is time. They've had so many stories together. I need to tell some other stories.
Right. No, and it's great that we still get a bonus. We still get this one to enjoy. And of course, go back to many of them. But also just wondering, like, why Ivy and Bean? Like, where did those names come from? Or like...
Okay. All right. Mr. Lamada, since you were asking me that question, you get to choose. Do you want the truth or do you want a lie? I mean, just warn you, the lie is better.
What do you think, Jen Betta? I have my librarian here from our school, which is also called Emerson School, Emerson in Oakland. Yeah, so it's always exciting to see that name in there. Jen Betta, help me out, truth or lie? But yeah, and you also have another message before I pick on that one. And this is lovely experience, awesome, and yeah, that's from Amanda and
nice.
Baby. Yeah, amazing. Yeah, so I would say, let's have the lie.
Okay, here's the lie. It happens right here in this room. Here, I'm going to show you the room. Woo! Right here in this room. The very first day, I was thinking about, gosh, I want to write about a girl. No, I want to write about 2 girls because 2 kids can have more fun than 1. Oh, it'll be about 2 girls. And their names are, I was pacing back and forth, pacing and pacing. And I happened to look out my window, which is right here. And I saw my Ivy in my backyard. And I thought, Ivy. I have always loved the name Ivy. Just at that moment, what did I hear? It was the Mexican jumping bean on my desk. And I thought, Ivy, Bean, Ivy and Bean, Ivy and Bean. I have it. That's a lie. I'll tell you the truth for free. Here's the free truth. I can't remember. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No. It's
lying is better than reality. That's the
truth. Lots of imagination. No, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. It's been such a wonderful time. Thank you.
Thank you so much for including me on your story time. And let me tell you, I love your story time. I love a story time as much as the next gal. So thank you for everything you do.
Thank you so much. And of course, as you can see, Absa and Asta saying, hope we get to meet you again. Well, you can meet her in the library. You can read as many of her books.
The books are more interesting than I am. Read the book.
That's not what I meant.
No, it's true.
Thank you so much. And so where from here after Ivy and Bean? Should people expect anything else?
Hang on just a second. I'll be right back.
Okay.
The next thing, I do write this other series. I've just started this other series called The Best of Iggy. I mean, it's for slightly older kids, and it's not as opposed to Ivy and Bean. This one's about a boy named Iggy who does a lot of things that other people call bad. I don't think they're bad, and he doesn't think they're bad. So we talk a lot about, like important moral issues, like who's going to get blamed for stuff. But it's all based on the terrible things my husband did when he was a kid. So I'm using my materials. And I think they're very funny myself.
Yeah, no, I'm excited for that one. And kids, there you are too. You have something else to look forward to. I'm sure it'll be as exciting. Thank you so much, Annie.
Thank you for inviting me.
Oh, thank you for being here on Storytime. Absolutely loved it. And wish you the very best. We look forward to the next adventure. I know I definitely look forward to it. And jumping in with it because, I know my kids, are always there. There's some Ivy and Bean lovers for sure. So
well, bless them. Give them my best.
Thank you.
Thank
Have
you.
a beautiful day. Yeah.
You too. So long.
All right. Thank you so much, Annie Barrows, for joining us today. I hope you enjoyed that story time that we had for you. amazing indeed. And of course, Ivy and Bean have been a part of our lives for so long. So amazing indeed that we got a chance to have Annie Barrows right here on Storytime. Please look forward to this book coming out next week. Do check it out. Of course, you can pre-order, find it on the links below for Storytime. But of course, remember too that this week we have our March Madness bracket happening. So please make a copy of it for yourself like I did, or fill out online, fill out a digital copy, fill on your brackets. I'll be filling out mine today and see if your predictions come true. Enjoy the fun. Look at some great books on the way. You can find this on the Storytime platform. The tab is March Madness Challenge. You'll find it right there. So please join in and enjoy it. Thank you so much for being here for Storytime. I am glad you are here. I wish you nothing but the very best, you and your loved ones, where you are. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime today. Madelina, Ian, and Tudor, thank you. Much appreciated. Please have yourselves a beautiful day. Much love from me, and I'll see you again tomorrow when I'm back for Hello Rain. And this one will be is written by Kayo McClare and illustrations by Chris Turnham. And of course, it is being read with permission of Chronicle Books of San Francisco. Remember that this week we're celebrating books, spring releases by Chronicle Books, the amazing Chronicle Books that have given Storytime so much support. So please do join us and enjoy those stories. Thank you. I wish you nothing but love and hugs from me. I will see you again tomorrow when I'm back with more Storytime and another special guest joining us. So please make a date and be here for Storytime. Much love from me. See you in the morning. Please do not forget to fill out your March Madness bracket for Storytime, and we can compare. Let's see how you do. I will fill out mine as well. Thank you for joining in Storytime. Much love. Bye-bye.
Won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait to be hearing. Storytime with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Storytime with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. He brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait to be hearing. Brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait to be hearing.